Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Jacob Willett Show, where we cover everything on the diamond down here in Lower Afton with the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights baseball team. As always, I'm joined here with head baseball coach Jacob Willett. Coach, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
A little chilly out here, a little warm out here. I'm not sure really what the weather is at the moment.
We've got a mixture of both. Cold breeze comes through, but then the sun comes out. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it comes out for the game tonight. We got a doubleheader here, so hopefully it warms up and we play some good baseball.
It's kind of been a trend these last 2 weeks where Monday games get canceled and then Tuesday district games have to become doubleheaders. Let's talk about last week's. We talked about your trip going up there to Hampton. Very eventful games. I know the first one more eventful than the second. You end up scoring 12 runs in both and end up winning both games. It's just that first game was a little uneasy for you, a little uncomfortable. You win that one 12-10 in extra innings. Take me through that trip up to Hampton and how you fared in those games.
Well, it started before we left. We didn't get off the bus in time, and it's not the fault of our players. It is what it is. We were running behind, then we felt rushed, and I don't know if that rush feeling kind of led over into the game. We came out of that game. It felt like a fever dream the first couple innings of that game. It did not feel real. The baseball that we played in the first 2 innings of that game, in all of my time here, that might be the worst baseball we've ever played. From the time helping my dad coach, from the time that I've coached, that might be the worst 2 innings of baseball I've ever seen played. But we found a way to win. Don't get me wrong, we did find a way to win, and very grateful for that. But holy cow, was it an eventful start to that game? We had 8 errors in 2 innings. 8 errors in 2 innings. I don't know how that's possible. Yeah, it speaks for. How do you have 8 errors in 2 innings? I don't know. It happened. Felt like a fever dream, but it happened. We ended up pulling it together. We didn't make a single one the rest of the game after the third, or after the second, I think. Played solid. We didn't play great by any means, but we found ways to score. We put pressure on them. They made some mistakes. We won in extra innings in a game, that we feel like we should go win comfortably. But and we won the next one comfortably, but we didn't play great baseball the second game. We played average and won 12-4. So if we come out like that today, we're in trouble. That's for sure. We come out like that a lot of times, we're in trouble. We might be getting run ruled. You make 8 errors. Luckily, we pitched well enough to get out of situations when we were kicking it around all over the place. But it's, we did a lot of defensive work, and then in Cott County, we rolled around and we play exceptionally on defense. We just didn't hit the baseball really well.
Talk about Crum in that game also. He was on the mound for you. He had a huge at-bat and then trip on the base paths in the 8th inning to get you that lead to end up pushing you out front by 2 runs in the 8th inning. So how crucial do you think his play was in Tuesday's win in that first game of the doubleheader?
He didn't throw it particularly well. And he'll be the first to tell you that. He's a competitor. The kid goes out and competes every time. Whether he doesn't have his best stuff, whether he has his best stuff, he goes and competes. But he'll be the first to tell you he didn't have his best stuff on last Tuesday. Hopefully, he's going to take the mound tonight. Hopefully he's better, which he will be better tonight. There's no doubt in my mind. But, he'll be the first to tell you he didn't have his best game, but he did enough to keep us in the game. And then Lincoln came in and did his job and really held them in check the last couple innings there. To seal it for us. I think he went another 3 innings without going up ahead again. He's at a crazy total now on the year. I don't even know what it is. Where he's at he's had 3 1-hitters in 3 starts in conference play, so that's pretty good. But yeah, he's thrown it exceptionally well, and Crum can throw it exceptionally well too. He just didn't have his best stuff, and it happens. We've had games where Lincoln didn't have his best stuff. Luckily, it's not been a conference game this year, but. It happens. Even me as a pitcher, when I played in high school and in college, there would be games where you just don't have your best stuff, and you got to find a way to get the job done with what you got that day. And he was able to do that and keep us in the game.
And then moving past that, you ended up traveling to Cott County on Thursday night for a game with them. And as you told me off record, a little controversial ending. 3-2 the final in that one. You have runners on base with a chance to tie the game in the 7th inning, potentially force extra innings, or go ahead and win it in the 7th inning. Talk about that trip up there to Cott County.
We played well defensively. I think one of our best defensive games we've played all year. We made some really good plays. They played a really good, clean game as well. Cotton County doesn't have a great record, but they got a good baseball team. From what I've seen, their record does not match the team that they are. That's for sure. They can beat a lot of teams on any given day. They play they're a bigger school. They play a tougher schedule than we do, but they're a solid team, and they put pressure on us. They threw it well. Their first guy threw it really well. And, we had opportunities to score throughout the game. We left so many guys stranded. And it was another one of those games where we didn't have a ton of strikeouts, but when we had the strikeouts, they really, really hurt. So we got to do better about finding ways to score in those situations. And we'll be okay. It's not a game that we played much better in that Cotton County game that we lost than we did in the Hampton game that we won. So, the Hampton game kind of drives me a little more wild than the Cotton County game. Yes, it ended controversially with the pickoff call, where we get called out on that, and at second base with no outs, and then the tag where a guy goes back and tags the base and after the ball's caught, and then somehow we get called out. It is what it is. And we're fortunate to have umpires. We don't have a lot of umpires, so the ones that we got we're grateful to have, because we can't play without them. But sometimes they make bad decisions, like a coach makes a bad decision. I've made bad decisions. Sometimes the umpire makes a bad call. It's part of the game. But that's why you got to take advantage of your situations earlier in that game in order to not have it come down to that in the last inning. So, yeah, that's frustrating. I felt like we should have won that game. A hit here, really just one hit throughout the course of where we left 8 or 9 guys stranded in scoring position. Just one hit in that situation, we win that game. We had Lincoln on the mound there to close it out, and just couldn't get the extra run or two across.
Seems like you had a fruitful week, though. You had 2 district wins, which bumps your district record up to 7-1 right now. Still sitting at first place right now with a chance to clinch that this week. Actually, today, when you take on Happy Valley in a doubleheader. Before we talk about that too much, though, we'll cut to a quick break. Stick with us. We'll talk about that Happy Valley series and then the upcoming Buddy Hawk Classic real quick here on Grassroots Media.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
For more than 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has served customers in East Tennessee with licensed and professional plumbing services. From installing your new faucet to replacing your existing piping system, our team at Tommy's Plumbing is trained to handle the job with professionalism, attention to detail, and integrity. By offering warranties on most products installed by our technicians, Tommy's Plumbing stands behind our work, ensuring that your plumbing needs are not only met, but that your problem is solved for the long term. When you need reliable and professional plumbing service, Tommy's is the only call to make. So give us a call today and let us show you the Tommy's difference.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Jacob Willett Show, where we cover everything on the diamond at Chuckey-Doak High School with the Chuckey-Doak baseball team. As always, I'm joined here with Black Knights head coach Jacob Willett. So you've got 4 games this week. Coincidentally, 3 against district opponents, but only 2 district games. It's kind of weird, but we'll get into that in just a second. Most importantly, you've got the district doubleheader today with Happy Valley with a chance to clinch the number 1 seed in the upcoming district tournament if you're able to get 2 wins today. So take me through how excited you are to play Happy Valley today. I know you're excited and kind of eager to get that 1 spot. So take me through your anticipation and excitement today.
It's nervy. We've got everything to lose, nothing to gain, because right now we're in the 1 spot. The only place we can go from there is to the 2 spot. So it's nervy considering they've got some guys that can play. They're a good team. They played us tight last year as well. They had a good team last year. They got a lot of guys back from last year. Their number 1 from last year's back. We'll see him today. And Blevins can throw it, and he can swing it. He's one of the best hitters. Him and McCamey, 2 of the best hitters you'll see in our conference. But yeah, it's one of those things. We got to go win. We win 1. I think we clinch with 1. We win 2, and it's a bonus. So our goal is to go win 2 games today. I mean, we're not looking for one, we're looking for two, but we got to take it one game at a time. We play 7 innings of clean baseball the first one, then go play 5 the second one. And, hopefully we can produce runs and play clean defense. Like, that's been our motto is score when we can, play clean defense. We didn't do that against Hampton. We were lucky enough to win the game, but we've got to do that tonight. They'll take advantage of our mistakes. And then we've got Johnson County coming back. That'll be fun. The way that game ended at Johnson County, I'm sure they're wanting some redemption, wanting some revenge. They probably want to beat us more than they want to beat anybody right now. That's for sure. With some of the shenanigans that went on at Johnson County, it is what it is. So they're going to come out guns blazing, trying to beat us. I'm sure they'll save all their pitching for us on Thursday or Friday whenever we play them. It's fine. We just play clean baseball, score when we can. Then we got Coalfield. That'll be an exciting one.
Very exciting game.
Never played Coalfield. Should be. I think it'll be a good baseball game. They're talented. We're talented. It'll be a big time game. They've had a lot of success, and I've looked into them a little bit. I've never really paid much attention to them, but they've had quite substantial success. And 1A, they're 1A. They're smaller, but they're a good baseball team.
But when you're ranked second in the state in Class 1A, that speaks for itself right there.
It does. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see how we match up. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure I don't know a whole lot about them, but they've got a pretty good record, and they've won a lot of games, and they've had a lot of success, so they're probably pretty good.
Going back to the Happy Valley games, too, I know last week's doubleheader, you had to travel up to Hampton to play. You get the doubleheader here this week. How comfortable are you knowing that you can clinch on your home field this week instead of having to go up there and do it?
Well, it's nice knowing that we'll be here on time today and be ready to go, hopefully, on the first pitch. I think, that threw us behind last week. And, I mean, coaches in general, I think, are super particular about schedules. Want stuff done at a certain time and want the same thing to happen every time pregame. I mean, you've got your routine that you go through every single time. And if it gets thrown off a little bit, I mean, the coaches lose their mind.
Yeah.
I was in that spot last week, and hopefully, I don't have to deal with that again. But, it's just one of those things where it's like we get our routine, we go, we prepare, we get our mind right, and we go execute our job. And our guys go throw it well, our guys behind them and on defense play clean, handle the baseball, and then we go score some runs and we win some games. That's the goal every time out. We've got to find a way to win today. It's essential. It's our biggest game of the year so far. I mean, we go win one, and then we win another one after that, and our conference season's complete. And we win 2 today. We've had a pretty good conference season. Sure, we'd like to be perfect, but 9-1. I'm not going to complain about 9-1. I'll take that.
I think it's an improvement from last year too. If it's 9-1, correct?
We were 8-2 last year, so 9-1 would be an improvement this year. I don't want to finish 8-2 like we did last year. We got to grow every year. I mean, it doesn't get any easier next year either. That's for sure. With Unicoi moving in, so we got to take advantage of the situations we're given in the present. So hopefully we can go out and execute and do our job and seal our conference up today.
Speaking of the latter pair of games, too, with Johnson County and Coalfield on Thursday at 5 and Friday at 5, it's the Buddy Hawk Classic. And I know you've been in the Buddy Hawk Classic for a few years now.
This is actually our first year playing in it.
Okay. So speak to me about the Buddy Hawk Classic, too. So it's the first year. I was wrong on that. How excited are you to participate in it and actually hosting it for the first time?
It's fun. I talked with the Parks and Rec a bit. They gave us an opportunity to host. We thought it was a good opportunity for us to get some home games in, see some different teams that, we might not see. Unfortunately, we don't get to play Harlan County. That would have been exciting. They're a pretty good baseball team from what I gather as well. But, we got Johnson County, who we do get to see. But Coalfield, I mean, not a lot of knowns there, a lot of unknowns. So it'll be fun to see how we match up. It's kind of a good representation of kind of how Sub-State goes in my eyes. It's like you play a lot of games there in a week, and then you see a really good team that you know a little about. So it's kind of a good representation of Sub-State. Hopefully, we can make a run to that. We're going to have to play good baseball. We got to start playing our best baseball. Right now, we're not playing our best baseball, and that's concerning, but it's also, we've got time to get things figured out. Yes, our conference season's winding down, but we're essentially in the middle of our season. We had a lot of conference games early. So, it's just one of those things where it's like, how do we match up later in the week with a good team? it's really similar to how Sub-State works, I think, in my eyes. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be encouraging. We need our guys to get hot. I mean, you hear it in baseball all the time. Who can get hot at the right time?
Yep.
We've got the ability. Our 9 guys, or 10 guys, 11 guys that we play. I mean, we play a few guys. We actually rotate quite a few. Who can give us production now? I mean, rolling into May the 1st, we've got to be hitting our stride. We hit our stride May the 1st, we'll have a long postseason, I think, with the talent that we've got. So it just requires, I think we're as good as Pigeon Forge. I haven't seen Alcoa, I'm sure. I mean, I've seen what they've done, so they're obviously good. But, if we can get one of those top 2 spots in the regions and get through our districts and get one of those top 2 spots in the regions, we can make a run. There's no reason we couldn't. And one thing that we've never done here as a program, we've never made a state tournament appearance, ever. We've had a lot of success over the years, a ton of it. We've been, dare I say, one of the most successful baseball programs in the county. No state tournament appearances. That doesn't sit right with me, and it doesn't sit right with our guys. And we're looking to go be the first. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, it's going to happen. It's just, when is it going to happen? When is our guys going to get hot, peak at the right time, and go execute what needs to be done? There's no doubt in my mind it's going to happen. And then when you get there, you've got a chance if you can make it. You never know how things are going to shake out. But it would be huge for us to get hot going into the postseason and have a big run. I mean, we return a lot of guys next year. We've got 2 seniors this year. Our 2 seniors this year have never, ever won a district championship. How crazy is that? I was looking into it a little bit. Before this senior class, I think it had been 12 years since we've had a group that was last senior class that hadn't won a district championship. 12 years. That's crazy. So we're over a decade here with of having some success with guys graduating, being conference champions. And it's another thing that really bothers me. It bothers me because, if we don't send these guys out district champions, they never get to experience it, ever. I mean, in their life, they're never going to get to experience it. I got to experience it. My brother got to experience it. The group after us did. It's just the last group that we sent last year was the last group that had won a district championship. Our guys haven't even played for it, I don't think. That's not, that's something that you wouldn't expect, because we do win a lot of games, but it's frustrating. For sure it's frustrating, and we're looking to change that and establish ourselves as, a perennial contender every year out. You got to go through Chuckey-Doak, and we're looking to establish that. We've got the talent. We've got the young guys develop into it. When these guys move out, to pass it forward to the next, and then we've got guys behind them that are ready to move in. We've got a lot of talent stacked up behind each other here for year after year after year, and now we've just got to establish ourselves. And it starts this year. We weren't able to do that last year. We knocked on the door of getting back there. We were 1 run away. We were 1 inning away from getting back to a district championship. 1 inning away. So in the postseason, you never know what's going to happen. It's not easy to win in the postseason. Everybody's playing their best ball. Nobody wants their season to end. Nobody does. I don't care if it's a team that's went 1-9 in conference play or a team that's went 10-0 in conference play. Nobody wants their season to end. So you get everybody's best baseball every night. So you got to be hot, and you got to come. You can't have a day like we did against Hampton. You have a day like we did against Hampton, we lose, and we go home. That's the reality of it. Because I think our district set up where, you lose one, you play again that day with the double elimination format. So you have one bad day, your season's done. Doesn't matter how many games you've won or how well you've played. So it's really, finite, the gravity of it, with how quickly it can slip away. Doesn't matter what you've done to prepare. Doesn't matter what you've done throughout this course of the season. One bad day will ruin your season. And when it comes to May, and we can't have that. So we've got to be clicking. We've got to get guys, locked in at the plate defensively. Everybody's got to get rolling here, and we don't have a lot of time left to get rolling, but we've got some time. That's the encouraging thing. I know West Green's coming alive, and they're playing some good ball. Just looking at how they've played over the last couple of weeks. South Green's coming alive. Our district's getting tougher. We got teams early in the season that are playing really good ball now, and it seems like we're kind of we've kind of cooled off a little bit. So we just got to get ramped back up. That's all it is. We play like we did the first couple of weeks of the season throughout the postseason. We'll be just fine. We'll make a deep run, but we just got to get back to that point.
Got 4 games this week to try to do it. Luckily, all of them are at home this week, too. Last week was kind of a road week where you didn't have a single home game and you traveled on a bus every single game. This week, you get to sit pretty at home, host Happy Valley today in a doubleheader, and then host Johnson County Thursday at 5, Coalfield at 5 in the Buddy Hawk Classic. I think that's all I got for you this week, unless there's anything else you'd like to add. Sun just came out, so hopefully it dries the field up for you a little bit.
Hopefully so. We should be good to go.
All right, Coach, that's all I got for you this week. Thanks for sitting down with me once again. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Jacob Willett Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.
Thank you.